Part 1, Introduction and First Tools. Warm, inviting background music fades in as the camera focuses on a cozy living room setup. The host, a friendly, approachable person in their 60s, sits comfortably in an armchair, smiling at the viewer. Host: You know, there's something I've been thinking about lately. Have you ever found yourself standing in the kitchen, staring at a jar of pickles, and thinking, ugh, why is this so hard to open? Or maybe you've hesitated to reach for something on the top shelf because you're worried about losing your balance. Chuckle softly. Oh, I've been there too. And let me tell you, it's not just you. But here's the thing, asking for help isn't a bad habit. We all need a hand now and then. But what if I told you there are simple, everyday tools that could give you back a little independence? Tools that let you tackle those small, frustrating tasks on your own, without waiting for someone else to come along? Leans forward slightly, eyes bright with enthusiasm. That's what we're talking about today. Because after 60, life isn't about slowing down, it's about finding smarter ways to keep moving forward. And today, I'm sharing 4 tools that'll help you do exactly that. We'll start with 2 of them right now, and trust me, by the end of this, you'll wonder how you ever lived without them. Let's start with something we all deal with, reaching. Now, I don't know about you, but my days of climbing onto wobbly step stools to grab a book off the top shelf, those are over. And they should be. It's just not worth the risk. But here's the good news, there's a tool called a reacher grabber that's like having an extra long arm. Holds up a reacher grabber, demonstrating its grip. This little marvel lets you pick up anything from a dropped pin to a can of soup on a high pantry shelf, no bending, no stretching, no fuss. I've got one by my front door for grabbing the mail, another in the kitchen, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. My grandson calls it my robot claw, but hey, if it means I can water my plants or tidy up without calling for help, I'll take it. Now, the key is to find one that's lightweight but sturdy. Look for rubber grips on the ends so things don't slip, and make sure it's comfortable in your hand. Once you get the hang of it, you'll feel like you've got superpowers. Winks. But let's move on to something even simpler, and I bet you've never given it much thought. Have you ever struggled with a stubborn jar lid? Maybe you've even tried tapping it with a knife or wrapping a towel around it for grip. Raises an eyebrow. Come on, admit it, we've all been there. Well, let me introduce you to the jar opener. Not the old-fashioned rubber kind your grandma used, though those are still handy. I'm talking about a modern, ergonomic one that does the work for you. Holds up a jar opener with a handle and non-slip base. You just clamp it onto the lid, give the handle a gentle push, and, pop, it's open. No wrestling, no sore wrists. I keep mine right on the counter because, let's face it, when you're craving a midnight snack, you don't want to wait until morning to ask someone to open the peanut butter. Grins. And here's a bonus, these work wonders for bottles, too. Medicines, vitamins, even that fancy kombucha your neighbor keeps bringing over. Independence, one twist at a time. Now, I know what you might be thinking, these sound great, but will they really make a difference? Let me tell you a quick story. My friend Martha, she's 72, sharp as a tack, hated feeling like she had to rely on her daughter for every little thing. So she bought a reacher grabber and a jar opener on a whim. The next time I saw her, she said, I rearranged my entire closet by myself. Felt like I was 50 again. And that's the magic here. It's not just about the tasks, it's about how doing them yourself can lift your spirits, give you that spark of I've still got this. But we're just getting started. Because there are 2 more tools I want to share with you, ones that'll help you tackle bigger daily challenges with ease. Maybe you've struggled with something like pauses, tilting head, getting in and out of the bathtub safely, or keeping track of your medications without confusion. Oh, we've got answers for that. But for now, why not give these first 2 tools a try? Start small. Maybe order that reacher grabber today, they're inexpensive, and I'll bet you'll use it more than you think. And next time you're at the store, pick up a jar opener. Toss it in your drawer and see how it feels to open that next jar of marinara sauce like a pro. Because here's the truth, you deserve to feel capable, confident, and in control of your day, no matter your age. And sometimes, all it takes is the right tool in your hand. Music swells gently as the camera zooms in slightly, creating a sense of intimacy. Host. Stick with me, because up next, we're diving into 2 more tools that'll make your everyday life smoother, safer, and a whole lot more enjoyable. And let me just say, one of them might just become your new best friend in the kitchen. Part 2, Middle Tools. The camera fades back into the same cozy living room. The host now sits closer to a small side table, where a cup of tea steams gently. They lean in with a knowing smile, as if sharing a secret with an old friend. Host. You know, there's a moment I'll never forget. A few years back, I was staying at my niece's house, and I stepped into her shower, slick tiles, high ledge, not a handrail in sight. I remember thinking, this feels like an Olympic sport. Laughed softly, shaking their head. And that's when it hit me, why should everyday tasks feel like obstacles? That's exactly why our next tool is something I wish I'd discovered sooner. Let's talk about the adjustable bath step stool. Now, before you roll your eyes, this isn't just a stool. It's a safety net. Imagine a small, sturdy platform that sits right in your tub, giving you a stable step to lower yourself in and out gently. No more hoisting your leg over the side like you're mounting a horse. Holds up a compact, non-slip step stool with a textured surface. This one's got rubber grips on the bottom so it stays put, even in water. And look how slim it is, you can leave it in the tub permanently, or tuck it under the sink when company comes over. My neighbor, Carl, swears by his. He said, it's like having a helping hand right there in the bathroom. I don't even think about slipping anymore. And that peace of mind? Priceless. Now, if you're worried about installation, don't be. No drilling, no screws. You just place it where you need it. And if you've got a walk-in shower instead of a tub, they make versions for those too. The goal here is to make your routine safer, not harder. Because let's be honest, nobody wants to call their grandkid to help them out of the tub. Winks. But safety isn't just about your body, it's about your mind, too. Which brings me to our 4th tool. Raise your hand if you've ever stared at a row of pill bottles and thought, did I take my medication today, or was that yesterday? Pauses, nodding sympathetically. Oh, I've been there. And that worry, that little voice saying, did I mess up? It's exhausting. That's where a smart pill organizer comes in. Now, this isn't your grandma's plastic days of the week box. I'm talking about one with alarms that remind you when it's time to take your pills, and compartments that lock until the right day and time. Holds up a sleek organizer with a digital display. Here's how it works. You load your medications once a week, morning, noon, night, whatever your schedule. Set the alarms, and when it's time, this little gadget beeps or even lights up. No more second guessing. No more doubling up by accident. And if you're traveling? It's portable, so you're never thrown off track. My friend Evelyn, she's 78 and takes 5 different medications, told me this changed her life. She said, I used to lie awake at night worrying I'd forgotten something. Now, I just listen for the chime. It's like having a nurse in my pocket. And isn't that what we all want? A little less worry, a little more freedom. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but I've managed fine without these things for years. And hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But here's the thing, these tools aren't about admitting weakness. They're about claiming confidence. They're about spending your energy on the things you love, gardening, reading, playing with your grandkids, instead of wasting it on daily battles. Take that bath step stool, for example. Once it's in place, you'll forget it's even there, until you realize how much easier your morning shower feels. And that pill organizer? It's not just for you. It's for the people who love you, so they don't have to hover and ask, did you remember your pills today? But we're not done yet. Because there's one more tool I want to share with you, something that'll tackle a problem we all face, especially in the kitchen. Ever tried to open a can with a manual opener and ended up wrestling with it like it's a wild animal? Or maybe you've avoided cooking your favorite soup because the thought of chopping veggies makes your hands ache. Oh, I've got a trick up my sleeve for that. And trust me, this last tool might just make you fall in love with your kitchen all over again. The host leans back, sipping their tea with a playful glint in their eye, as the camera lingers on their thoughtful expression. The music swells softly, hinting at the practical magic still to come. Host. Stick around, because up next, we're talking about the tool that turned my cluttered countertop into a place I actually want to spend time. And let's just say, it's going to make those "I can't do this alone" moments a thing of the past. Fade out on the host's relaxed posture, the camera pulling back to show the warm, inviting room as the music continues.